How's it going, friends? Jae Sinnett here. Another edition of Cooking with Jae, my Jazzy Jae kitchen. Tonight I'm going to make for you a curry potato leek soup with Chilean sea bass. So just a little bit more artistic. And somebody asked me recently, they said, well, your dishes are pretty much fairly simple, comfort kind of food. Well, I kind of agree with that. The problem is the time that I have to cook these dishes. You know, if I want to get more creative, more artistic, I need more time, right? So I cook things that I think I can put together under 20 minutes after I've prepped, okay? A lot of the times the prep work and even some of the cooking is already done by the time I, show you how I put the dish together. But I'll let you know where that is. So tonight we're going to make the curry potato leek soup with Chilean sea bass, and I'm going to put chunks of Chilean sea bass in this soup. Oh, it's going to be so good. So I can't wait. So let's get busy cooking. Ready? All right, here we go. Okay, in this saucepan I have maybe about a half a stick of butter, or half a cup of butter in here. One long stick, however much that is. I think it's a half a stick. And, a half a cup in this saucepan here. Here I have some leeks, okay? I cut them up, but be sure to rinse your leeks, okay? Because you can get that grimy, sandy kind of texture from the dirt and stuff in there. So be sure when you cut them up, rinse them and then pat dry. Then put them in here with the butter. Yep. This. Stir this up nicely. It's already smelling good. So we're going to have a curry leek or curry potato leek soup with Chilean sea bass. And you want the leeks to just cook, just a couple of minutes. But stir around. And there's a couple of different ways you can do this, and with the sea bass, but I'm going to pan sear just for a few in some butter these chunks of Chilean sea bass. Now, I rinse the fish, cut it up in chunks, season it with salt and pepper, okay, and then I'll eventually put it in this saucepan over here. Now, I already cut up my potatoes. And the potatoes that I'm using, the Yukon Gold potatoes, because very thin skin, you can get a nice creamy texture with those Yukon Gold potatoes, right? Okay, man, these leeks, yeah. And all right, let's see. What I want to add here to this, to the leek. About a teaspoon and a half of cornstarch. Okay? Teaspoon and a half of cornstarch. Alright. And mix that cornstarch in here well. Till all the white is gone. Okay. That looks pretty good. Now here I have some garlic, some finely minced garlic. Put this garlic in there as well. Da da da. Stir the garlic around. Da 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 da. All right, man, this smells great already. Now we have some curry powder, probably about a teaspoon of curry powder. Put some curry powder in there. Then we have about a quarter teaspoon of some turmeric. All right, some good healthy turmeric. All right. Stir it around well. Da, 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 da. Now we want to add some fresh thyme. be a teaspoon of some fresh thyme. We're going to add a bay leaf, but we're going to add that in just a moment. Okay, now we're going to add about 4 cups, or maybe a quart, of chicken broth. Okay, get this out of here. La 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 la. Whoops.
Without the carton, preferably.
Oh. Okay. All right. Put that there. That's looking pretty good. Now we want to add about a teaspoon of black pepper. In there. A teaspoon of black pepper. And we have some salt to add in here. Don't have too much salt. So I'm just putting about a 1/4 teaspoon of salt in there. You can add a little bit more salt if you like. Okay. Now turn the fire up just a little bit, or the electricity I should say. And wipe that off. Okay. Now, what I want to do here is add the potatoes. Now, I've pretty much cooked the potatoes already. Just cut up, take the skin off, put the potato, dice up the potato in little pieces. Turn that up fairly high to get that going. Now, what I want to do over here, while this is starting to boil, I'm going to start to cook my fish. And you can use monkfish if you can find some monkfish, or red snapper, or cod, halibut, haddock. I prefer a white meaty fish like a haddock, cod, or Chilean sea bass, which is my favorite. I just happen to find some too. Wow. Wow. Okay. Get my fish again. Just in some butter, lightly salt and pepper. Chilean sea bass chunks. All right, what we have here is some cream, because we'll put some cream in this in just a moment. In just a moment, it's starting to thicken a little bit. Yeah. So, we're making a curry potato leek soup with Chilean sea bass. Wow. Get my bowl out of here. Get that ready. This fish over here cooking, turn that up a little bit. I'm just going to let this mixture here cook just for a little bit more. Now, again, I pretty much already cooked the potatoes. I boiled the potatoes for about 10-12 minutes in boiling water, and that's just to cut down on time. Okay, and what I want to do, I want to make some room here, because I'm going to bring my food processor over here. And I'm going to get a little risque in pouring this mixture in this thing. And hopefully I can do it without making a complete mess. Alright. Just a couple of minutes with the fish in butter. Again, lightly salt and pepper. Lightly salt and pepper. Rinse the fish, pat dry, cut it up in chunks, and season with salt and pepper. And, alright, yeah, now that's boiling nicely. Those flavors are starting to get in there. We're going to add some cream. you know, maybe about a half a cup of cream in here. Okay. Da da da. Ooh, man, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do, turn that down, and we're going to pour this in here. Can you do it, Jae? Can we do it? Jae, can we do it? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Almost. Oh. Well, we're going to have to let some of this juice out so I can get more of the potatoes in there. That's some Nina Simone happening over here. Okay, maybe that's enough. Okay. Now let's see if we can get some more of these potatoes in here. Almost, almost. Yes! He scores! I'm burning my fish over here. Yeah, that's looking good. All right. Man. Little exercise with this one tonight. Okay. All right. So we ready to rock and roll with this? Let's see. All right. Let's go with okay. Let's see what we got here. Oh yeah, yeah. And I'm going to pour this back in. That's perfect, perfect, perfect. All right. Making my mess. Ba-da-ba-ba. My fish is done. Get it off that burner. Get this out of the way. What I want to do is get my... Oh, ooh, man.
What you doing, Dad?
That's a perfect texture, too. Look at that texture. Ah, perfect texture. What we're going to do, we're going to add the Chilean sea bass chunks.
Protecting your smart devices is important. With Cox with Wi-Fi, securing your entire network is so simple.
Chunks to this.
You can do it. Learn how at
And then, well, you know what? I didn't add the bay leaf. Oh well. That's okay. Top with some chives. I didn't see it there because it was mixed in with the chives. And this is my curry potato leek soup with Chilean sea bass. Set this over here. Okay. Bring my soup over here, set it down. All right. It's interesting when I put these dishes together because I'm time conscious with this, you know. So there's an interesting kind of architecture that takes place to put these dishes together within that certain amount of time. Again, my curry potato leek soup with Chilean sea bass. I dice up a couple of leeks, right? Rinse them off. Make sure you get all the little grimy dirt things off the leeks, and then pat them dry. Then I get a saucepan, about a stick of butter, melt that, put the leeks in the butter, stir, 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 just for a few minutes. Then add about a teaspoon and a half of cornstarch, okay, as a thickener. Stir it around till you get all the white gone. All right. Then I add some garlic, a couple of cloves of finely minced garlic. Then, let's see, I add about a teaspoon of curry powder. I add about a quarter teaspoon of turmeric, all right? About a teaspoon of black pepper, some salt. Also, let's see, I put about a teaspoon of fresh thyme, and you're supposed to add the bay leaf, even though I forgot to put my bay leaf in. Add maybe 2, if they're small bay leaves, add 2, all right? But before you put that mixture in the food processor, take the bay leaves out, okay? Then I use some potatoes. I get about 3 or 4 small, medium Yukon Gold potatoes. Take the skin off, dice them up, boil them for about 10 minutes. Then you put them in with the broth mixture, okay, just for a few more minutes. Then you add about a half a cup of cream, heavy cream, okay? And then you get a food processor. Pour the mixture, the soup in the food processor, blend it until you get it smooth, and then you dice up your, you get your Chilean sea bass, rinse, pat dry, salt and pepper the fish, cut it up in chunks, in a saucepan and some butter, lightly brown the fish chunks. Then when the soup is done, you put it in, when the fish is done, you put it in, the fish chunks in the soup. And there you have it, man. It's delicious meal, really is. Easy to make. It's my curry potato leek soup with Chilean sea bass. Jazzy Jae's curry potato leek soup with Chilean sea bass. So I'm gonna go eat my soup with my fish. Thank you for watching this edition of Cooking with Jae, and hope you all are being safe out there. You're well. Thank you for watching, and as always, thank you for your support, and thank you for listening to my Sinnett in Session Jazz show on WHRV-FM and the R&B Chronicles on Friday nights from 7 until 8. Be safe. We'll see you again soon with another episode of Cooking with Jae. Take care.